All right, today we're going to dive into something that's a really revolutionary idea in the whole world of decentralized finance. We're talking about Aave. So let me just ask you this. What if you could actually be your own bank? I mean, really think about it. What if you didn't need to go through a traditional bank to save your money, to earn interest, or to get a loan? That's the huge question that Aave is trying to answer. On one hand, you've got the old way of doing things, right? Traditional finance. It can be slow, you need permission for everything, and it's just packed with middlemen who all take their cut. But then you look at Aave's vision, and it's the complete opposite: instant, permissionless, and totally direct. It's a massive difference, and it really gets to the core of why this platform is such a big deal. So let's get into how it all works. Okay, first up, we need to get our heads around the basic concept here. How in the world can you have a bank without any bankers? So Aave, and by the way, it's pronounced Aave, it's actually a Finnish word that means ghost, is what we call a decentralized finance, or DeFi, platform. Basically, in the simplest terms, it lets people lend and borrow crypto directly with each other, totally cutting out the need for a traditional bank. The easiest way to think about it is this. Picture a bank, but take away all the buildings, all the employees, the CEO, all of it. Instead, the whole thing is run completely by computer code. That's Aave in a nutshell. So how is that even possible? Well, it all runs on the Ethereum blockchain using something called smart contracts. Now, think of a smart contract like a really advanced vending machine. If you put in the right coins and you press the right button, you're guaranteed to get your soda, right? It's automatic. It's the same idea here. If the conditions of a loan are met, the smart contract just executes the deal automatically. There's no paperwork, no waiting for a loan officer, no credit checks. It's just code. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this work in practice? Like, how do you actually lend or borrow money on this thing? The whole process is actually pretty straightforward. It kicks off with lenders. People like you or me can take crypto that's just sitting around and deposit it into a big shared pool. And the second you do that, you start earning interest. So then, on the other side, you've got the borrowers. They can take a loan from that pool, but, and this is key, first they have to lock up their own crypto as collateral. And here's the magic part. The whole system balances itself. The interest rates are constantly automatically adjusting based on how much money is in the pool and how much people want to borrow. It's all about supply and demand. So now that we've got a handle on the platform, let's talk about its own special crypto token, Aave, because it's way more than just another coin. See, the AAVE token is kind of like the key that unlocks the whole ecosystem. It basically has three main superpowers. First up is governance, which means if you hold AAV, you get a say. You can actually vote on the future of the platform. Second, you can earn more rewards through staking. That's where you lock up your tokens to help keep the network secure. And last but not least, holding AAV can get you discounts on platform fees. And this quote right here just nails it. Owning the AAVE token is what makes this so powerful. It's not just a passive investment you hope goes up. No, it's an active stake in the platform itself. You get to help steer the ship, and you get to share in the benefits. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. With these kinds of rewards, you gotta know there are some serious risks involved. So let's look at both sides of the story. First, the upside is, well, it's huge. You have total and complete control over your money. There's no bank that can just freeze your account. You can earn passive income on your crypto that would otherwise just be collecting dust. And this is a big one. You can get access to cash without having to sell your crypto assets. And on top of all that, every single transaction is public and transparent on the blockchain for the whole world to see. But on the flip side, you have to be super aware of the risks. Crypto is incredibly volatile. If the value of the collateral you put up suddenly tanks, you could face what's called liquidation. Then there's the tech risk. Bugs or exploits could be found in the smart contract code. And finally, there's the big unknown. Governments all over the world are still trying to figure out how to even regulate this stuff. And we really need to double-click on this idea of liquidation because it's the biggest risk for anyone borrowing. This isn't like a bank calling you up to ask for more money. If your collateral's value drops below a certain point, the smart contract will automatically, instantly sell it off to pay back your loan. It has to do this to protect the lenders. It's a brutal but necessary part of the system. So let's zoom out a bit. What does all of this really mean? Why does Aave matter in the grand scheme of things? The thing is, Aave isn't just some niche app. It's widely considered to be a foundational piece of the puzzle, a true cornerstone of the entire DeFi ecosystem.
It provides one of the absolute most essential services in any financial system, lending and borrowing. And you can really see its staying power when you look at the journey it's been on. It rebranded back in 2020 and just exploded, cementing its spot as a true leader in DeFi. And it's not slowing down. It's constantly expanding to other blockchains, which just shows how powerful and adaptable this model really is. So at the end of the day, here's the key takeaway. Aave is so much more than just a cool new tool. It's a real, working example of how a brand new financial system is being built from the ground up, one that's designed to be more open, more transparent, and accessible to anyone on the planet. And that leaves us with this one massive question to think about. We've seen the power, we've seen the incredible efficiency, but we've also seen the very real risks. So, are banks run entirely by code the future of finance? Are we heading toward a world where our money isn't managed by people and institutions, but by pure logic and code? I mean, the experiment is happening as we speak. And honestly, the answer to that question could change everything we know about money.